What's up friends, Chook here, and welcome back to Bit Heroes. Alright, it's a Thursday, and we have the 50% capture rate, as is always. For this week, there's 100% item find on every single day, so it's a bit of a toss-up whether to actually do capture rate Thursday, because we have 100% item find. But we need that Oxla, so this is the best day to do it. We're going to do it anyway. I've been running Raid 5 Heroics a week with this 100% item find bonus, which has been awesome. And I actually have an update on that, but that will have to be next week, because this week's Sunday item find bonus video thing is part 2 of last week with the Super Scroll. But next week I can show the updated stuff that we got. Anyway, we're gonna do the old Oxla run, right? We have our 7 raid tickets, and we have Astaroth's Awakening, and we have 90% capture rate, and let's do it. Plus the 100% from the heroic bonus, of course. We don't really need to care about who's actually going in. Oh, look at this. This is the one. Look at this. Straight away. Submit, bitch. Oh man, how perfect would that have been? Holy ballsack, that would have been so good. Just like the first run of the first, not only the first run, the first mob. And then I'm getting a friend request from a random person, which I can't accept because I have such a backlog of waiting lists, but we'll see who it is. It's level 21. I feel bad, but I'm going to have to decline. If you're watching this video, Gaysis, if you want to be on the waiting list, then just send me your in-game name and say that you've sent me a friend request, and then I shall put you on the waiting list. But to be fair to everybody, rather than just accept random people, I do have that waiting list for that reason. I'm happy to add absolutely anybody. I don't care what level you are. You can be level 1. But yeah, to be fair, I have to put you on a list. Anyway, getting back to Oxla. The very first run, the very first mob, had he come up for Persuasion, that would have just been like such a good start to the day. But no, but the fact that we saw him is a good start, right? It means we won't see him again. Because he's already like shot his load. But you know, the fact that he showed up at all was nice. As I mentioned in, I think it was last week's video, that a subscriber of mine actually did the math, or found the math somewhere, and it's a 0.1% chance of him saying, hey, I'll come up for Persuasion, why not? And then with our 90% capture rate and everything, that obviously makes that 0.1% into 0.19%. So, you know, we almost doubled the chance of nothing. So double nothing is still not, well, double 0 is nothing. It's literally 0. But yeah, double 0.1 is 0.2 or 0.19. It's still absolutely bugger all. But you know, just like absolutely everything in this game, eventually he will fall victim to our persuasion and he'll think that we're super cool. And there's the friend request again. So we'll just put that on ignore, so that doesn't keep coming up. Alright, well, turn 1, no luck, although he did show his face. And is he there again? He's not there again. It's Black Spear Guy. So yeah, 0.19% chance of getting him. Not the best, really, but it's just the way it goes. Now, I could buy a capture rate tome thingamajiggy, which gives you, for gems, which gives you like an extra 200% or something capture rate, which is fantastic. But the fact that his capture rate chance is the 0.1, it's going to make it go up to like 0.3 or something, and it's still going to be, you know, virtually impossible, or very, very, very unlikely, I should say, to capture him. So, oh, here we go. I've got 2 of this dude. Do I need a third? Let's find out. Apparently I do. I mean, sure. Sure. I'd prefer squib, because I already have, actually I already have 3 squibs as well, I think. And I could start stabling some Wembos or whatever. But I don't need any of these dudes, to be honest. Because the other parts of Wembo and stuff I'm not even close to getting, so... anyway, getting back to what I was talking about with the capture rate. So it's a capture rate tome thing for Oxla isn't going to make much difference. For these guys, or, you know, a boss or something, it would make a fair bit of difference. Or if you're trying to get like, say you're trying to get, I don't know, Jeb or Wardy or something like that, then those capture rate tome things are great because you have a chance of that mob, 100% chance of that mob being in the raid or dungeon or whatever it is that you go into every single time. So there is a chance of him coming up for persuasion every single time you do that raid or dungeon, and their rates of coming up for persuasion are not 0.1. They're probably like, 5% or something. So, getting those capture rate tomes will help with that a fair bit. So yeah, but for the super rare elusive, raid specific elusive dudes that never show up, the capture rate tome's not really going to help that much. So it's a bit of a waste of money. So if you were struggling to get, say you were struggling to get Squib, or as is the case, Driffin quite often, then, if you have some spare gems laying around, and you have like a raid shard basket or something, then that could be actually worthwhile. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't buy the capture rate tome and then just use it if you only have, like, say you're in a small guild or something and you only have 4 raid shards or 5 raid shards maybe. It's probably not worth it because you're going to be using that massive advantage and only be able to use it 4 or 5 times. But if you have like a raid shard basket or something and you can add another 20 raids in there, or if you have like a shitload of energy potions and you're going for like the Wardy or the Jeb or the Grims or Yeti or whatever it is, like the boss of the dungeon, and you have like a heap of energy potions, then it might be worth it. But just on a day-to-day thing, Super Scroll, capture rate tome, all that sort of stuff isn't really worth it. You kind of want to stockpile them all and use them all together so that you get the biggest bang for your buck. Hopefully that made sense. I tend to get into a bit of a ramble when I go on about things. So yeah, hopefully that made sense. Alright, so, as predicted, there's been no Oxla since. I can't believe he was the 3rd mob, man. That's crazy. Last week we had 2 of him in one dungeon, and then this time he's been the 1st mob. He's a son of a bitch, though. And then from that sub that was giving me the math, apparently the Bully, who is the Raid 3 elusive epic familiar, and legendary, sorry, and the X4 Gombo, whatever his name is, the little robot dick from Raid 4. Apparently they're like twice as rare to come up for persuasion as Oxla is. They're 0.05. So yeah, and I need that Gombo X4 robot thing to fuse Captain Wombos. I also need the captain, the boss from Raid 3 as well. But the little elusive robot dude, I need him for my mythic fusion. So if we think Oxla's hard, it's going to be twice as hard to get that little dick, but we'll get them, just like everything. You play this game enough and you do these raids enough and stuff, just more of attrition, eventually you'll get what you're looking for. And I still get comments all the time, what am I doing wrong, what am I doing wrong, I can't find the Wenbo schematic, or like Yeti just won't come up for persuasion, or I can't find the sprockets to fuse Yobo, or these are like the most common comments that I get. You're not doing anything wrong, man, or lady. It's just RNG. Just keep doing it, plug it away, make sure you're in the right dungeon or raid or whatever it is, but eventually it'll drop. It's just a matter of time. And just to reiterate that the sprockets can drop from anywhere. There's no specific place to farm robotic sprockets, as far as I'm aware. If there is, then and someone knows of it, great. But as far as I'm aware, and I'm pretty sure, like I'm 99% sure, that they're just a random drop from basically anything. I don't think you can get them from PvP, but maybe you can. But from raids, dungeons, trials, gauntlets, all that sort of stuff, it's just purely random. And the schematics do count under item find. So the more item find you have, the better chance you have of finding a schematic. So yeah, run those dungeons or raids or whatever it is for the schematics you're looking for on a Sunday with the bonus to item find, and you've got a better chance. And my advice is obviously always have these 4, providing you can find them, afford them, of course. Those 4 minor bonuses. I mean, they're like under 10,000 gold each, which, you know, I've got a little less money than I used to because I've bought some things. But I've got, you know, I've got more than enough gold to last me a lifetime. So, you know, buying a stockpile of these and just using them every day, even though it's only 25%, but, you know, 25% is better than nothing. So if you've got the gold to afford it, buying these minor experience, item find, gold, and movement speed bonuses and using them every day is a good idea. Okay, that's 4 down, I'm going to say. Yes, it is. So, because I have, I can't show you my character sheet because it'll be spoilers for next week, but I do have full legendary minor and major runes. So my minor runes, I have 2 legendary experience runes, 2 legendary item find runes, and 2 legendary capture rate runes, which is the ones we're using at the moment. Then the major ones I have, I think at least, I have 2 dual strike, legendary dual strike, 1 legendary power, and 1 legendary empower chance. And then my like meta rune, or the big one in the middle, I never really bothered with because I don't know, I just never did. And I was always just using a rare one. And so I thought, I'll just, instead of trying to get 4 legendary dual strikes, because I love dual strike, I'll just save up and get one of the meta ones. So I did, and I bought it, and of course, I got the legendary redirect meta rune. So I got the best tanking meta rune there is, and I'm not a tank. So I know there's a lot of tanks out there that want that rune, and it's just the way it is. The game always gives you what you don't particularly need or want, if it gives you anything at all. So yeah, if I ever decide to reroll tank, full tank or off tank or whatever, then I have a good rune for that at least. I've been interested in trying that because I've mentioned before as well in a previous video that basically every game I play, I usually play a tank. And if I don't play a tank, I play some form of sniper or archer or something like that. But in this game, it was either tank, DPS. Well, that's basically it, right? And then, you know, when you get to end game and stuff, you can get the healing sets and all the rest of it. And I don't know why, but I just decided to just do something different and go DPS, and I've just never bothered going with the tank. But as a free-to-play player at this stage of the game, it's such an investment to change to tank because I'd have to buy all new runes. I'd have to get a new accessory and pet and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, as free-to-play, I'm not going to change. Unless I just get, you know, drops for free or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I do actually have a decent healing, tanking pet. I got the, what's his name? The little, I don't even know what he is. Badger looking thing? I don't know. It's a chance to heal your team when you get hit. The epic one. I'm trying to think of his name. Can't think of it. Anyway, I've got that. And I obviously don't use it because as DPS, you don't get hit as much as you do as a tank. And so that's why. So that was annoying. So I got like 1 epic pet in my whole existence. Apart from the stupid heart thing that raises you that I bought with guild coin. But that's useless as a DPS. So the only epic pet I've ever bought from an egg, the best luck I've had, was a tanking pet. Again, game gives you what you don't want, if it gives you anything. But one day I will get what I'm after. I did get the epic dual strike accessory, so that was handy. It's not a legendary, but it's dual strike, so I'll take it. So as far as item find Sunday goes, we will continue with R5 Heroic, obviously, as we will do until Raid 6 comes out. But we do have a few upgrades. But it won't, as I said, we won't be able to show them until the following week, because I recorded part 1 and part 2 last week. Oh, I also upgraded my mount as well, 1 level. So I think I got an extra 50 or 60 stats or something from that. So it was like, it's level 1 when you get it, or level 0 we'll say. And then I upgraded it to level 1 like, I don't know, a month ago or whatever. And then I've saved up another 1,000 mount guts. Yeah, mount guts. And upgraded it to level 2 last night. And that gave me an extra 50 or 60 TS, I think. So we're up to 650-ish now. And I think only like a couple of weeks ago we were at 450. So we've gone up about 200 TS in the last couple of weeks, which is not bad. But it is a slow burn. Okay, Oxla. I knew you wouldn't show up again, you son of a bitch. But maybe it's this one. I did spend all of my, because of that 100% increased item find, I did spend all of my energy on world bosses to try and just get some legendaries or whatever to trade in. Didn't get any, but so that means I don't have any energy to trade for raid shards to keep going with this. So we'll just do the 7 raids and that'll be that. And hopefully, if we don't get him in this raid, we can get him next week. So they, in the last week or 2, I can't even remember when it was, they released this like wolf mount thing. So they did, I think the first mount thing they came out with was, it was that like fight this thing, right? And then from there they went and did like the 3 mount package of the mobs, the familiars. Like I think it was the tree and the bat and whatever the other one was. And then they did another one of those with blub and whatever it was. I don't know, some more, two more. And then they've done this guy. So my guess is they're going to continue on with the mount thing, and they'll release another set of 3 familiars package. That's my guess. That is my guess. They seem to be very, very focused on mounts at the moment. Okay, so we're getting to the end of the last raid. No more Oxla to be seen, which is sad. So around this corner should be the boss. There he is. So yep, no Oxla this week. We still have a chance at an Astaroth, I guess. Okay, no good. Well, we got a Ragnar. So that's something, I guess. Yeah, this is what I was saying. Save up to a legendary meta rune and got a redirect. Rip. So let's quickly go into Fusion. We'll go into... Oops. I'm in the complete wrong screen. We'll go to Legendary, and we'll see what needs... No, actually, what am I doing? We'll go to Epic, and we'll see what a Ragnar actually goes into. We can fuse a Garrick. Oh, that's not bad, actually, because this guy goes into a few things. Looks like it's just the Garrick. Yep, looks like it's just the Garrick. Okay, well, that's interesting. That's not bad. I mean, it's free. It's no Oxla, but it's free. Either way, there you go. Capture rate Thursday well, we weren't successful at all, but at least we caught something. So that's something. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.